What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at base Deco. He is currently coming in at 257. He was about 254 when I picked him up, and I think I managed to get him for about 245, which obviously spring, it's not too bad, to be honest. And what I'm trying to do with these icons is try and pick them up and try and lose, or try and make profit really, but try and lose as very little as possible. So it's kind of like an as and when, and I can reveal after now, kind of doing this commentary after I have used both decos. So in the next one, which will be his mid, I can basically reveal who was better, who did I prefer, are they worth the price, should you get them? And let's get into the in-game stats and obviously then the gameplay overall. But before that, if you'd like to drop a subscription or a like or a comment, either one, help the algorithm, and let's get into it. So looking at Deco, 4-star skills, 3-star weak foot, 257 on the market. He's a lower rated icon. Obviously, I think if you are on Xbox, normally I'm looking at about the 240 to 250 range of the minimum of icons. You'll see a Schmeichel, you'll see Inzaghi. Deco can sometimes be there, and you sometimes see a couple of others like Litmanen, and then closer, sometimes chill around about the lowest of low in terms of price for icons. Obviously, it all depends on how icon swaps goes, and also icon SBCs. Do we see a rise in price? Do we see a lower in price, depending on if they're in or if they're not? We don't know what that's going to happen yet. We don't know anything about it. Other than that, we can kind of hope that the icon SBCs are relatively the same format and the icon swaps are relatively the same format. If they do them together, I'm interested to see who they pick. Obviously, in the icon SBCs, I feel like they'll pick more meta players, because obviously then they can go into priced as a very high SBC and really range that market, whereas the lower icon SBC, lower icons should be in the swaps, in my opinion, really. But we look into Deco then. He's a 78 pace as well as shooting, with 87 passing, 85 dribbling and 65 physicality. He is practically a CM cam, if you would. He's only got 45 defending. I really wouldn't put him as a cam, in my opinion. People are putting a hunter or an engine on him just to get that extra rating to go up top. Obviously, his normal position is a cam in this. If we were to whack a hunter, he goes up to an 86 cam, which I think is respectable. I think really with this sort of pricing, you are paying for the links. You're not really paying for too much of the player. For me, if I was to look straight and be dead honest with you, the stats on the card don't look that impressive in comparison to all the other cams you can get. You can go get a Ziyech, which will practically do the same. You can go get a Havertz that will practically do the same, and that's just 2 off memory. In terms of Deco, you are paying for that major link. He links Ronaldo if you have got, you've bought Ronaldo but you've only got a little bit left to link him. He obviously provides that strong link, I think it is. I don't think it's a perfect link. I think it's a strong link, which obviously counts as practically 2. So all you'd need is a weak link and then 1 dead link, and you'd still be fine. In terms of what Deco can do, though, he's actually not bad on the ball. His baby, or his base, isn't amazing, but most definitely can still play on the ball. He's got, obviously, with a hunter, 89 acceleration, 87 sprint speed. He'll also have 84 finishing, positioning, and then 86 long shots and shot power, 90 composure, which is probably one of his better stats, 81 and 82 agility balance. Again, he's only 5'9", so quite a small player with the medium work rates, and he is short and lean, so quite agile, to be honest. Pretty decent on the ball. Like I say, he's got a lot of ball control, being 89, and really knows how to kind of shift that ball. But I think the best thing he is an assister. That predominantly is all he can do. He can shoot, but I think his talent lies with the passing. But anyway, let's get into the gameplay and I'll show you what he did. So with Deco's gameplay, we did use him in FUT Champs. I thought we managed to pick him up on a little bit of a deal. I think we made like 2 or 3k off him, so I'm absolutely happy with that rather than losing. And I thought, you know what, we'll whack him in the Champs team. Lovely first goal, lovely spin, and gets so much power on that turn and manages to really belt it home. And that's pretty much what he can do. He's not a bad little kind of sharpshooter, really gets that shot just out of the blue. And really, other than that, that's pretty much what he can do. In terms of pace, it's okay, but I don't think it's amazing. Shooting was nice. Dribbling was actually quite good. I feel like the agility really works for him. And you see he scores a few goals, even in Champs, going up against some really meta teams. And this week was horrendous for so many good teams. But he still manages to really pull off sometimes the hard work, and we see here, I think we get a penalty here. We try and go around him, and we get the penalty off the keeper, obviously, and then we we do unfortunately miss with Martial, and then obviously we get the penalty still, and Werner absolutely rips it one. Other than that, I'd say he's average in terms of playability. Is there better than him? Of course there is. Better icons, better gold cards. I think, like I say, the main thing is the link player, and he's just the lowest rated, the lowest priced icon. So what are we expecting other than maybe a few decent shots? Nothing too special. So going into the overall for him then. So we have a look at him and see basically what he's all about. Like we said, 4-star, 3-star, 5'9", medium, short lean, base. That's about it really for that side. Trait wise, flair, nothing too special happening there. If we do take the reset, he's an 84 cam on the base with no chemistry styles, with just a basic. He gets up to 88. That potentially could be the move. You get a plus on absolutely everything rather than going absolute all in on one specific, because yes, you can get the 88 pace, 85 shooting. It all depends on what you want. I think the base definitely gives you a nice little kind of overall of what he's actually capable of without anything. I do think for me, Hunter would be the better option. Get that shooting up, get that pace up, and really opens this card up. He's already got relatively good dribbling. He's got really nice passing. I think that's his strongest attribute in my opinion, and that's obviously, I think I put it as his strongest attribute, which is 8.5 out of 10. Obviously his passing for me was really nice. Dribbling wise, again, it's coming under there. And then we have got alternatives for Roy Costa and Figo, just a couple of other icons there. I'm interested to see what you'd prefer, if you'd prefer gold alternatives, or would you prefer icon alternatives. I wanted to just see, basically. We've gone with the Portuguese lads, as I think both of them would be good alternatives to get. In terms of links, we've got Bernardo, Bruno and Semedo, all Prem players. Very nice link down that side. Overall pretty good. I've given him a 7 out of 10, and mainly because he did surprise me in some elements. I think in some ways, passing, dribbling and even pace to an extent was good. Shooting wise, he had his moments. I think he managed to score a couple, but really he played quite a few matches. I think he played 4 or 5 matches, only getting 2 or so goals as a cam. I do expect a little bit more out of my cam, but again, it all depends on how they play as well. I think he plays more as an assister of anything, rather than going in for that goal. So I think for me, Engine may have been a better option, just to get more of that assist and maybe less trying to actually shoot with him. That's all down to me and my play style. Obviously, you could probably try a different technique with him and maybe go all out Hunter and really use him as that kind of cam CF if anything. But I think for me, I'm still learning with these icons, and I think as we go up the ranks, as we go to mid Deco, prime Deco, when we go to Figo, to Ronaldo, we are going to find players who I have a little bit more to compare them to. Deco for me is very much like a Havertz, Ziyech, and that's it, really it. And it's the price difference that is absolutely crazy. I think at this moment in time, I don't think you'd need too many icons in your team, especially if they're going to cost around about 250 each. But hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button. See you.